Anyways, everyone say hello to Eric Persson. He is
Eric,
on with
hello.
us.
Hello,
Ben,
Eric.
you're welcome to stay on too. You guys decide.
Yeah.
What's up, Eric?
How's it going, guys?
Good, man.
Who you guys talking about?
Well, Ben is going on a rant about someone. So
About Matt Berkey.
Who's that?
They asked me.
Come on.
This is going to turn into a live stream that you...
Somehow this is going to turn on to me.
Yeah, it's going to make you look bad.
I got to stop laughing, but they're funny.
Eric,
So.
all I can say is great minds think alike.
So we've got two members of the $1 Million Cash Game on this live stream with us.
Hey, you're playing at Poker Go with a couple of these people, Eric, this week coming up.
Yeah, I know I got Polk, and then I know Nick's there. I'm not sure who else, but I think we're all playing, and Jennifer Tilly, and it should be a pretty good game. I'm playing today with Solomon. I got 500,000. Next couple of days with Solomon and Andrew Roble and Rob Young and a few others. So
Nice.
yeah, I got a busy week.
How many days are you playing on the Millie game coming up? Are you playing all three, I heard? Is that a true statement?
I don't know. It depends on how good Ryan does with lineups.
Well, there it is. Ryan, if you're listening, depends how
I
good you
know.
do.
Eric, how much are you willing to risk? Like, how much are you going to bring to the game?
I mean, it's only a 500,000 game. Like,
No, I'm talking about the $1
couple
Million
million.
Cash Game.
No, it's a 500,000. 500, 1,000 blinds. They'll be straddling to a 2,000.
I mean, I don't know why anybody needs more than $2 million, $3 million. Honestly, like $3 million is sort of absurd in a small game like that. So, a couple million, I mean, is probably pretty reasonable.
Is this a small game for you?
Yeah. What do you mean?
Well, I don't know what like where are they playing bigger games?
All over. I mean, whether you're in Texas or Beverly Hills or just, I mean, I'm playing as high as 10, 20,000. I'm playing 8,000 pretty regularly. Like stream game, this is a 500,000. I'm playing 500,000 a day the next 2 days at Poker Go. It's not that the blinds are big. It's $1 million buy-in, but you know, there's some relationship between buy-ins and bring out bets and blinds. So yeah, it's $1 million game, but the blinds aren't that aggressive. So I don't really think anyone's going to lose more than $2 million. I'd be shocked, honestly.
What if
I don't know how Ben feels about that.
What if you play this week on Poker Go and Matt hands you a yellow Post-it note after a hand?
I mean, you're probably this. He'll have the same ending as Dr. Batman. Honestly, like the reality is,
Ben's laughing.
the reality is, like, he's on that show is only happening because of the interchange he's had with me and with Doug Polk.
Yeah, probably a little bit.
And
Matt,
that's just the
Nick too.
truth of the matter.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where, yeah, and Nick Airball, like, there's timeliness with the with the match that they're playing. So, yeah, for sure. And so it's like, I hesitate to even talk about him because there's hardcore 2+2 people who don't understand that he's been backed for his entire life, but he's been a 15-year pro. So why does he need to be back? Like
20 years,
however long, like at some point, if you're good, you just have money, and so I don't really want to give him relevance, frankly. And I'm tired of the interchange. Like he doesn't actually have the staying power. He's just like Dr. Batman, except he finds people to give him money. I mean, I did $1 million buy the other day at Poker Go at 6-handed. He had a few hours to try to put the money together to get back and get in the game. He couldn't get the money then either. That's just the truth.
Dr. Batman or Matt?
Berkey.
Oh, okay.
So
he couldn't get the money.
If he had a better sense of humor with all of this and was, not as difficult to talk to, would you be friends with him, Eric? Like, would you be cool with him?
No, that's not the issue. The issue is he did something that undermines something, which is streaming, which is part of my business plan. And he questioned the integrity of the $1 million game by saying that I'd back Patrick, quote, 100%.
Oh, I remember.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
And the truth is, I don't back anybody, and I don't take pieces of anybody, and we don't trade pieces. And Patrick and I happen to be pretty close friends, and that is what it is. But for him, who, for a casual fan, for people who don't know better, or because they think he has some, academy, they think he has some sort of credibility because they don't know. And so when he says something like that, he's really fucking himself because, you know, when he begs, borrows, and steals and somehow gets on a stream, he's undermining the integrity of that stream that he's participating in. And for him not just to acknowledge it and say, hey, you know what? I was wrong. I shouldn't have said 100% because I don't know. You know, and instead he doubles down and he tries to use it for clout and get a few extra people on his dumbass podcast. Like, he just took the wrong path. And so I'm his fucking enemy.
And didn't he come to your house
And this
for a
isn't
wedding?
like poker. And this isn't like, he came to Jeremiah Williams' wedding. He did. Yeah. Like he had my cell phone. He could have just called me. He chose to take a public path in a streaming game and say what he said. And the problem is some people don't understand that he doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. They think he has some sort of credibility or relevance, but he doesn't.
Well, I guess he shouldn't have said that. That's for sure. You know?
Hey, Eric, did he respond to your prop bet, the $25,000 prop bet?
He said something like, you know, that he said something that was intimating that he's trying to make it seem like it's collusion or not a good idea or he used some one word dumbass adjective. But like, clearly that was just a joke. Like, you know, Berkey can't be in that bet because it's true he'll stack himself, but it's, you know, also true someone else will put the money in to stack him. So like, that was just me. Like, that got, you know, 500,000-600,000 views, and that's the purpose of that tweet. And you know, like, but it's true. Like last time I streamed with him, he didn't even make it through the stream. That's also true. You know,
Where was
he
that
borrowed
at?
money from. He got stacked at Live at the Bike. Then he borrowed money from Andy Stacks, lost that too. Then he had to leave. That's what really happened.
Okay.
Broke ass Berkey.
Yeah.
Solve for why, man.
Hey, I have a message. I have a message for Matt Berkey. All right. Unfortunately, I'm going to be in Europe when Eric, Doug, and Nick are kicking your ass next week. And if I know, obviously, you're not going to have any money left after that. But if you really want to put us in our places because you're such a super pro and you're such a fucking awesome poker coach, I am hereby extending a challenge to you to come and play in the $1 Million Game. Please come and play in the $1 Million Game, and I will personally make sure you get a seat. Please come. Please put up $1 million, and please come and play in the game because I really, really feel like I'm missing out, you know, on the feeding frenzy that's going to happen next week. I think that Eric, Nick, and Doug are going to carve up your stack so badly, and you know, I just want my piece. I just want to get my share of the pie, and I feel like I'm missing out. So please, please, please come to the $1 Million Game and show us that, you know, you're the best because that's what you say you are. All right. So come and give all of us a lesson in poker. Give us a masterclass like the expert coach that you are, please.
So he just
I
invited
know what you're
Berkey
going to
to
ask
your
me.
$1 million
I know what
cash
you're going to
game.
ask me. Well, who's going to lift the ban, Ben?
I don't know. Please just lift it for me, please, because you know, just
Ben is begging you to
why is
lift
he
the ban.
begging?
For
I'll
the
tell you
$1
what.
million
I'll make
Why
you a
is he
deal. I'll make you a deal. If you get Matt, first of all, Ryan has to agree to it. It's like Maverick over here said, is like he's got to make sure the lineups are good, which I guess you guys believe that it's good if he's in the game. So as long as Little Rip is okay with it.
I mean, he's just dead money in the game, Eric.
But what I'm
He's
saying is
dead
I'm
money.
willing to consider it
Yeah, but
for the good of the game.
I mean, I wish he'd have at least, you know, what's he going to have, 300,000 of himself? It's a joke, man. If he somehow raised $1 million, which he couldn't raise last time, I'm not sure why he'd be able to raise it this time. He still wouldn't have any of himself, you know? It's like, whatever. Like, I don't even care. Like, honestly, to me, I'm telling you, he's the next Batman. He's going to be disappeared.
Hey, Nick Airball, you're in the chat. Do you want to jump on a Zoom link and go for a threesome here? I mean, I can't
All right,
imagine.
Nick
let him-
Airball makes
Eric,
all of my
play
Twitter lives
if he has at
amazing.
least 30% of himself. 30%. I think that's a good number. 30%. You know, he has to put up 300,000. What do you think?
I mean, that's good, you know? I'd be shocked if he could do it.
Nick Airball just typed, "I'm going to make Berkey disappear." What are you, a magician?
I mean,
He's
he
an
might
artist.
be.
Wow. Okay. Let me know, Nikki, if you want to come on. If not, we're cool. We got our hands full here anyways. Huh?
Text
Okay.
him the Zoom link.
Okay. And
Uh,
I got that from my email.
Eric, this is not my first time interviewing you. I unfortunately never got to meet you when I was on Poker After Dark, and you
me the
just
link.
came into the scene recently with your popularity. I know you've been playing poker for a while. Are you always on? Are you always in like this mode of like not attack. You know what I mean? Like I can tell it's a little lighthearted, but is this always you 24/7, or is this just like a poker switch that you turn on?
I mean, I don't really have an act, so it's like I have all kinds of emotions just like anybody else. And we happen to be talking about a topic that he greatly offends me. You know, he's a fraud. And so I'm not just going to seem happy right now because we're talking about a topic that, you know, he stepped into my universe. I didn't step into his. I really don't give a fuck about Matt Berkey. But I'm pretty straightforward and honest, and I say what I think, and I don't really care about the blowback or reverberation. So what you're seeing is just that. I mean, if we're talking about other things, you know, I compartmentalize. I'd be super happy and joking around. I think most people who describe me would say that is how I am, you know, but you just happen to hit a topic that I think is more important because of the platform. People really understand who this person is before they go spend $3,000 trying to learn from someone who can't even use his own money to gamble.
Are you and Phil Hellmuth good now after the blow up on Poker Go?
I don't know if we were good and bad, man, because we're not friends, you know?
No.
He's not my enemy. Like, Phil Hellmuth is a Hall of Fame player as it relates to tournaments. He's not a deep stack cash player, and I think he's admitted as much at this point. He's buying in much more shallow. He started buying in like 300,000 minimum, had, you know, pretty bad results. And that was just my larger point, especially when we were playing heads up. I'm playing in big games, so I knew he wasn't, you know? And yet there's this public persona and charade that, you know, he's playing. No, he's not. And then when he does, I actually came on, you know, I went and played with him in a 2-400 game. It was me and Garrett. He bought him like 10 grand as a joke. Like, so it's like, it's not that Hellmuth and I are good or bad. It's that once again, our universes collided and I'm just spitting truth.
Is there a world where you and Matt Berkey could be cool, you think?
Yeah, like if Matt Berkey just came out and said, you know what, I was wrong. I shouldn't have said it 100%. And I'm back.
Is that him, Vincent? His side?
Was,
We're getting some. You're breaking up.
I think it's the best path for me to be a success.
Eric, we're kind of losing you. You're cutting out. Mr. Blank Check Ben, is there a world where you would be okay with Berkey and not talk shit about him like Nick Airball's about to be?
Yeah, if he exactly like Eric said, if he comes clean, apologizes, owns his mistakes, says, guys, I was wrong, I was being a dick, I'm sorry, I'm going to try and be a better person, then we'll be cool. But, you know, I think that for that to happen, you know,
really
I think I would sooner see
but that
things
isn't the
fly.
path he's taken.